If foreign reserve is on 1 trillion, how does it change the life of average Nigerian? That's the question we're asking. So whatever they are doing up there, they need to make it to reflect in the lives of the people. That's when the people will start appreciating that the government is working. The government that gave 36 million to health sector, how will it impact the lives of people when they are sick and all of that? But they jet abroad to take care of themselves. They don't care about what happens. One thing I must say to you guys is this: 2027 is around the corner. January is presidential election. If you like, vote whoever you want to vote. If you feel your life today is better than it was, during Buhari's administration or during Jonathan's administration, then vote APC. That's it. But if you feel your life is worse off, today, you need to think of alternative and know who to support so that you'll be hopeful that your life will change. Has renewed hope delivered you that hope? That is the question you ask yourself. So if you like, they give you small portion of rice and beans and maggi and you vote them. That's your cup of tea. You wait for them, they give you 10,000 naira, you vote for them and suffer for the next 4 years. That's your cup of tea. It's your choice to decide who you vote for. It's your choice to, campaign and support whoever you want to support. It's your choice. The bottom line is that election has consequences. Whichever choice you make, be ready to face the consequences in the next 4 years. That is just the bottom line. You can't run away from the choice you make today. A few days ago, the Minister of Power, Adebayo Adelabu, was there apologizing to Nigerians about the poor power situation in Nigeria. We're going to look into that video and then be able to bring up some key issues, on that apology and all of that. So, welcome to my channel. This is Andy Media TV. So, let's get into the nitty-gritty of that video. So, while I was watching the video, I saw him in kind of a press conference trying to apologize to Nigerians for the poor and the erratic power supply that the citizens have witnessed for the past, few months, even since January 2026. Let me not even go 2024. We have about, I think about 12 grid collapse, almost one collapse per month. 2025 we also have, certain number of grid collapse. But in 2026, January alone, we have 2 grid collapse in 1 month, until the recent incident as well. So when you look at all this collapse and collapse, when I say collapse, I mean at some point the grid collapse that Nigeria will now have 0 megawatt, 0. That's why you have total blackout. So all these things have been happening and happening over the period, and citizens are now getting more worried of what is really happening. And especially now that the country is in dry season, it's the hot period, it's like the summer of Nigeria as we speak. So the weather is very hot. You can't even take a nap in the day because of the hot sun and all of that. And in the night, all the sun that heat up in the day will begin to heat up the house in the night. So it's difficult for you to, sleep. You can't power anything. And the worsening nightmare is that the many Nigerians depends on generator, all right, to be able to, provide their own alternative power supplies to power their house. But now, fuel was sold, between 800 to 900 naira per liter prior to, the war in Iran versus Israel and US. And that skyrocketed the price of crude oil to over $100 as we speak, and that has kind of triggered more problems for the country, because now people are now buying the same a liter of fuel for 1,300, 1,400, and even in some places I heard it's about 1,700. In Nigeria, the way it is, the price is not always uniform because there are areas that are difficult to transport this product, so it costs more in that place. And all the subsidies that comes in there at that time through the Petroleum Equalization Fund, I don't know, I think there are no more there as we speak. So it becomes so expensive. So for you to even buy the fuel to power your generator, to kind of on your fan or whatever it can carry, becomes very difficult because it's very expensive. So Nigerians are crying. Nigerians are kind of worried and asking the government to do the needful to fix the energy crisis. And if you look at the amount of money that have been spent in the power sector in Nigeria since 1999, you cannot believe what Nigeria is generating today. So some things I looked into, as we speak, they are even yet to generate up to 6,000 megawatts. And even what they generated is they are not even transmitting all. That is the point. So the transmission lines are weak, old, and all of that. The generation, the same problem. So that is why the grid continued to collapse. At some point, they started this, their band A, band B, band C, and what have you, and still it did not work. Band A now is gone. It's no more available. All right. So I've seen series of videos, people complaining, they put in their card in their electric meter. By the time they walk from downstairs, upstairs, the thing is gone. Why? The rate the thing runs is something that you cannot fathom. I remember those days you put 5,000 naira card, you are good to go for the month. But now, even 20,000 can carry you for a week or 2 weeks. That's how bad the situation is. So, when all these things are happening, the best thing that the minister can do is to come and issue apology. I don't know if apology will power people's fridge or power people's fan or and all of that. I don't know about that, but maybe we're gonna find out in the next coming period. So we'll look into that video he made, look into the situation, and then listen to what some people have also said concerning this whole power quagmire that we find ourselves in Nigeria today. So guys, as we go into that, if you are new to my channel, please kindly like and share this video, and also subscribe to my channel and put on your notification bell so that when my next new video drop, you'll be among those that will be notified. All right, let's look into the video. But first, we listen to the minister and his apology, and we dissect a few comments in that video, and then we'll be able to look into what the citizens are saying, and then we'll wrap up the video. All right, so let's listen to the Honorable Minister Adebayo Adelabu on this apology. We'll be right back.
We want to apologize to the generality of Nigerians, officially now coming from me as the Minister of Power, that for this temporary issue that is leading to hardship being experienced, especially during this dry season, where there is so much heat everywhere, where businesses are also being affected, where schools are being affected, where industries have been affected. It is not our wish to find ourselves in this situation. It's some factors that's actually beyond our control. But we are not relenting. We are working on it 24/7 to make sure that we go back to the trend, to the trajectory of 2025, whereby you praised us, whereby you commended us for a good job well done. And we can imagine if we could provide such service in 2025, this is 2026, this is when we'll be willing to even do more, to even do better as we are close to the election year. So, except that we cannot help it, that's why we find ourselves here. But I can assure you that in the next few weeks, all this will be over. Power generation will improve, transmission will improve, distribution will improve, and that 6,000 megawatts will be achieved before the end of this year, and Nigerians will be better for it.
All right. Welcome back, Honorable Minister. So, as you can see, what he was saying in that apology is something that I don't really understand. Citizens don't have light, and you are giving apology. Will apology put the light in their house? Will apology power their fridge? Will apology be able to power their ACs? That is the question. If no, then this apology, I don't know the objective of the apology anyway. But let me put it this way. This grid collapse, is it that since 2024 that we are having grid collapse once a month at least? At that time, we have about 12 in 2024 grid collapse. Is it that since then till now, 2 years after, almost 2 years after, they have not identified what the exact problem is and fixing it since then till now? If Nigerian power sector, the grid has collapsed 12 times in 2024, a serious nation will by now have fixed what exact problem causes the collapse, so that subsequently there won't be any more collapse. Listen to what the minister said. First, he told them that he's apologizing for the power situation, especially this hot season and what have you. He now said to them that they should give them, they should give them some time, few weeks to fix it, and all this thing will be a thing of the past, and their target of generating 6,000 megawatts will be possible, and all of that. Then when you listen, first, what is the timeline? There's no timeline, because this government, not just about Tinubu's government, APC administration, they can never be specific, and anything that's not specific is not measurable. It's not measurable. So few weeks can be 6 months, can be 2 months, can be any months. When you say you will fix it in few weeks, say yes, because it was not specific that in 7 days we will fix it. That is specific. You can now start counting once in 7 days. If he has not fixed it, you hold him accountable. So they will come, dish out a statement that is not measurable, so that you can't hold them accountable, and then life goes on. So how do you want to fix this power problem? He didn't say that. He didn't tell them, Nigerians, what exactly is the problem, what the government is about to do to be able to fix it so that it will not happen again. They did not specify the exact time period this will be done. Nothing. So that apology is vague, empty, without content. That is the honest truth. So when you look at, coming out to make that, it's just kind of to create impression to Nigeria that, oh, they care about them. No, the same man who is giving that apology is preparing to go and contest for governorship election. Between now and 31st of the month of March, we will know officially, because the president has told them, if you want to contest for the forthcoming election, resign between that date and March 31st. So if he still stays after March 31st, then we know that probably he's not going to contest. But the rumors are there that they want to contest for the governorship of his state. So if it is true and he's going to resign by March 31st, which is the deadline, then the apology is given. What is the point? Yeah, that is it. So they say government is a continuum. But the question is, since 2024, I'm just using 2024 because that's when we have the worst grid collapse of almost once a month, 12 in a year. So it's just like once a month. And Nigeria cannot fix it. They cannot rectify the problem. They cannot address the problem. 2025 came and passed. Then we're in 2026, just January, twice in January. So there's a problem. The grid will reverse to zero megawatts. That's how bad the situation is. Nigeria have no alternative. I saw many Nigerians who were able to install solar in their house. One of them almost want to faint after the cost implication of fixing solar in his house. It's very expensive. Who is going to do that? Who has the resources? People are struggling to eat food. We are talking about solar. Anybody fixing solar now, it means that the person his head is a little above water. That is the point. Many Nigerians, their head is inside the water. And then many of them, their head is even at the bottom of the water. They can't eat. They can't feed. Basic necessity. No shelter. And people come and be telling Nigerians that the government is doing this, the government is doing that. We know Nigerians is seeing anything that is happening in their life. That is why the day the City Boy movement guys were doing whatever they are doing, they brought freezers, sewing machine and all of that. You saw what happened there. Telling you how desperate and frustrated people are. But people are not telling the president the truth. They keep sycophanting around him that the government is doing well, the government is doing this. How do you measure what government is doing? It's by looking at the people, interview the people, hear from the people. I'm not talking of the politicians or those who are hanging on government, taking crumbs from government. No, go to the hinterland. There are many people that don't even know the name of the president ruling Nigeria. Many of them are there. They don't have any impact of government. Local government is dead where they are. And they came and said they are sending money direct to the local government. I've seen a video of a local government chairman, I think a voice note conversation between this Governor Amuneke and the one local government chairman. He said that he only gives him money for salary and all of that. Anything infrastructure, when they projected a school that was dilapidated in that local government, the man said he's willing to do the job, but the resources are not there. So what is happening? What is happening? Don't we have a law that says that the local government resources will be sent to them? If any governor is intercepting the money, let the law take his course. Investigate the governor, keep it, wait for him. The moment he finishes his tenure, no more immunity, grab him. If government is not doing what they're supposed to do, I don't know how the whole thing will function. Their strength is only on the citizens, poor citizens. That's where the strength of government is. So I was shocked, looking at what was happening in the Ego Square the other day, how many, over 8,000 people were there in the APC convention. And I was asking, are those people in Nigeria, or do they come from another world to come and be in that place? Because if they're in Nigeria, buying fuel at 1,300 and something naira, and they don't have light, and their children are not in school, right? And their family members were kidnapped, or Boko Haram ambushed their community. I don't see why they should be in that place anyways. But I don't know how this whole thing was between the politicians and the people, that even when the people are not surviving, they are still following the same politicians who are making their life a hell. It's something that you cannot fathom. That's the honest truth. I later saw how they were tear gassed, at the convention, and many people were, crying, trying to breathe because of the tear gas. You know what I mean. So it was something that is so ridiculous watching, and so because from the report I had, so they were saying that they were asking for, some money for them to be able to go back. They promised them this and that. They didn't give them and all of that. So it means people are not learning. People are not learning. So that I don't blame them, because most of them, their brain no more, function. Because if you have been with this politician since 1999 till now, and you have seen how they behave, and they are promising you come to the venue, they will give you this and that, and you believe them and well, then I'm sorry for you. They told you they will protect lives and property. Are they protecting lives and property? They told you when they come in, they will put electricity will be there. There will no more be fuel queues and all of that. Are there not fuel queues in the country? Even when fuel is sold at 1,300 and something naira, there is still fuel queues. So when you believe these people that they give you a bag of rice or this and your life will be solved, then I'm sorry for you. Very, very sorry for you. So continue. 2027 is around the corner. January 2027 is presidential election. February is gubernatorial and other elections. So if you like, continue to vote the people that are making your life hell. That's your own cup of tea. And it's your choice to vote who you want to vote. We are not worried about who you are supporting. You can support anybody. That's your choice anyway. So the fact is that life is hellish in the country. Economy is biting harder. Inflation is there. Depreciation of devaluation of naira is there. Unemployment is there. Insecurity is there. And all of that. So people find it difficult to breathe. That's why they say let the poor breathe. But today the poor cannot breathe because of the way the economy is biting in the country. So, anyways, let's hear from this lady who, experience it firsthand. It's not as if they say. Let's hear from her. And then we'll be back to conclude on this video. Just listen to this video I just saw on the internet. How she complained bitterly on her situation.
Hear the noise from the background? I deliberately don't want to put on my mic. That's to tell you how frustrating the sound is. You see, I don't run mad. We are gradually adapting to hardship, and we are not loud enough about it. We are gradually adapting to hardship. See, I'm suffering. If you're not suffering, I'm suffering. I no longer have savings because I have to spend for fuel. Cost of living is about to kill the living. In fact, it has finished me completely. This is not the time to use positive words. It is well when it is not well. It is not well. It is not well. Is this the same mandate that we're supposed to blindly follow? And then we have people with huge following supporting this mandate, this madness. Fuel is 1.7 black market, 1,400, 1,003 something in some places. Is this how it works? We no longer have savings. You buy 20 liters, you finish it. Boom. No lights. No lights. I'm broke because I cannot save, because I'm trying to survive every day. I'm trying to keep up for me and my child. There's so much hardship and we're not talking about it. We are busy concentrating on irrelevant things on the internet, keep chasing clout unnecessarily, when the world is actually coming to an end right before our eyes. If we allow these people sit on seats next election, it is over. And then you talk about why women are going to prostitution. You are stupid. I'm going insane because I'm broke. I don't too spend. The last 5 liters now, I won't finish now for my jet. What kind of madness is this? What kind of madness is this? Somebody's telling you to follow this mandate, and you're not there, cursing them out and driving. Even when there is light, they put you in a band. They say it's band A. Indeed, it is a band, because they band us together and zap our savings completely. You put money there, you go upstairs, then the light is finished. From down to up is finished. The way the band is banding us, is zapping us of our entire savings. You cannot even put 20,000 naira as a recharge card and go from here to here without your lights doing pee. Corruption in every damn thing. And you're wondering why people steal? You're wondering why people steal to survive. When you're not making you're not making it safe for the people in the country to survive. You're not creating an avenue for there to be what? Survival. You're not creating jobs, opportunities. You're not helping them. Go outside the country and see how they are helping their citizens. You reach una they kill the citizens. You people are depriving us of joy, depriving us of livelihood. And you're wondering why there is high rate of crimes? May God not punish anybody who wants to advise me now. May God not punish you. You will have so much talent, but where is that talent going to? Where are you going to exhibit the talent? In what country? In a sane or an insane country? I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore because I'm so pissed to my bones. Your talent cannot even fetch you money if you don't do illegal. Enough is enough. I'm tired, man. I'm tired.
All right. Welcome back. You heard what she said. How much she bought her fuel, how much she spent just to live. That cost of living is hell. Now, imagine her. She's even working to be able to even afford to buy fuel to on gen at this time. Imagine millions of Nigerians who cannot afford to buy that fuel or even power generator to have fun to sleep in the night. That is the reality of Nigeria. But you see these politicians, they come on air, they say, oh, this government is working, oh, this one is there, they have done this, they have removed subsidy. I don't understand. Removing subsidy, how is an achievement? It's not an achievement. It's an activity. The achievement is now, after removing subsidy, how is the economy? How is the life of the citizens? This money saved, government supposed to be paying for subsidy, they are no longer paying. How impactful is that resources in the lives of the citizens? That is how to measure that you have removed subsidy and this is the positive impact on the people. That's the short-term measure outcome. So you have removed subsidy. In MIA field where I came from, we will ask you, and so what? When you answer that so what question, that's when you know that what you are doing is impactful on the lives of the citizens. But today, if you ask them, now you remove subsidy, what next? They'll tell you that your governors and local government chairman have more money now. That is deceitful. It is a lie. The governors and the local government chairman, they don't have much money now. I will explain so that I don't bite my head off. This is the explanation. A local government chairman or a governor, let me use governor, a governor under Buhari's administration that received 1 billion naira monthly allocation is richer, wealthier, and better than a governor of today receiving 3 billion. You know why? The value of the naira. The value during Buhari's administration is higher than the value today, which means with 1 billion a governor has under Buhari's administration, he can do more roads compared to a governor today who has 3 billion. He cannot do as many roads as the one that had 1 billion. So let them not deceive you by figure. Look at the value. That is it. Ask Bala Mohammed. He's a governor in both administrations, so he will explain better to you his experience. He was governor during Buhari, he was governor during Tinubu. So he will explain better. An employee who is receiving 100,000 as monthly salary under Buhari's administration is richer than an employee receiving 200,000 today. Yes, inflation, devaluation has eaten up the value of that money. That person with 100K, Buhari's administration, can buy more things in the market than the person who is owning 200,000 today. That is what the lady was telling you. The next argument they will bring up is during Buhari, there was subsidy in dollar, there was subsidy in petroleum, there is subsidy in this, there is subsidy in that. That's what they will bring up. Yes, there was subsidy. But instead of Tinubu to clean up the corruption in subsidy first, and then you will now see the actual money we are spending on subsidy. If it's something the government can bear, they bear. If it's not, then they can take it off completely. But start with cleaning up the corruption. They never did any. He chose the easy part, and they are telling you he made the hard choice. Easy part is to take it off completely. Somebody gave a very good example that you cook a pot of rice and put in the kitchen, and then somebody went and scooped some part of it to eat. Because somebody scooped some part of it when you have not shared the rice, you now angrily carry the pot of rice and throw away. How did you help the life of the others who have not eaten at all from the food? You have not. That's what they just did. People are stealing from the subsidy regime, but instead of them to cut off the hand of those stealing from the subsidy regime and prosecute them, they just took away the whole subsidy. Because if you have cleaned the corruption first, clean the total number we are consuming, and then you will see the actual subsidy business. You will now decide, the money is still much, we can't cope with it, then you can take it off. Or when you see that you can cope with it, you can retain it and refine it and make it more efficient and better. However, the whole subsidy that was removed without a plan on how to cushion it is what brought us to this point. You just immediately devalue naira, remove subsidies. It was heavy on the people. And for our economy to recover, that people will start buying things cheaper, or I don't know when it will happen, because in Nigeria, anything that goes up doesn't come down. They continue to go up. So, I don't know. This is the practical reality of a Nigerian who is even working, having source of income. Imagine how many people who doesn't have source of income, who are unemployed, who are jobless. What is their state? That is the question you ask yourself. So, it is what it is. The minister of power in the same country by now, his job would have been threatened by now. He's supposed to have been out of that job. The president is supposed to have replaced him by somebody who is ready to deliver on the power sector, because power is the engine room of development. You know how many companies folding up because they can't afford diesel to cope with their production. They just shut down. People lose their jobs. That's why energy is key to every country. Look at the war between US, Israel, and Iran. Just a couple of weeks, 4 months, 4 weeks or thereabout now. Look at how the global market in oil has changed. Because energy, many countries now are rationing their energy. Some countries are now asking people to work from home and so on and so forth because they don't have enough energy to power their country because of this war. So that's how important energy is in the lives of every country. So anything that happens to energy affects everything because shipping is by energy, manufacturing energy, all forms of things is energy. So Nigerian government was so careless not to think deep before their action on subsidy without creating alternatives and all of that. They say they'll provide CNG buses. How many CNG buses are in Nigeria? How many of them? So this is the issues. They make promises they can't keep. They make promises they just come scratch it a little and they run away because they are not ready for all of that. They are not serious. They are just trying to grab power. And we will see that in 2027. Is the government not supposed to be, speaking to Nigerians what they have done by now, showing Nigerians in the area of power? We met 4,000 megawatts. We have increased it to 6,000 in 2 years or 3 years. By May, there will be 3 years in this administration. In education, we met this. We have improved it to this. Look at the achievement that under this administration, the shortest strike. That's an achievement of a government. The shortest strike in the history of democracy. Is it not funny? Are schools supposed to go on strike at all? And they say that is the shortest strike government has had. It's unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Look at the health sector. I heard the other day from the spokesperson of ADC, party, that the president has spent over 34 billion or thereabout on travels alone this year. Just be 3 months, 1 quarter. But a whole Minister of Health got 36 million as budget release. A whole minister, health sector. But one man has traveled and spent 34 billion. For to do what? He went to UK, you saw the entourage. If you calculate the cost of all those entourage that went there, City Boy Group, let me keep them aside, they are not government officials. The senators, the ministers, the ACs, and what have you that went to that trip, you calculate their money spent in pounds on their head, hotel, feeding, transport, and ticketing, and all of this. If you put them together, minus it from the loan they signed, you will see the difference in the money. That's the only truth. So why can't these people sit down and do proper governance? Target people, target what is working, what is affecting the people, and start solving them. Power is key. Nigeria for how many years? The only man who has performed in power sector is Batin Naji under Jonathan's administration. But they fired him. They said he's having interest in geometric and whatever. They said he has resigned from there. They fired him. He was the person who have generated about 7,000 to 8,000 megawatts at that time, 2011, 2012. Then his target was to get us to 10,000 megawatts before he was fired. We now fell down from 7,000 something to 5,000 that time. And then we are back to 30,000 something. And now the grid will collapse to 0 megawatts. So since that man left in 2012 or thereabout, we have never generated more than that 7,000 something he generated at that time. Why? And billions are expended in the power sector. And they tell you this, I had Sheyilon say that the president has tackled corruption strategically by removing subsidy. I don't get it. Why is these people so wicked to this country? So you remove subsidy as tackled corruption. All the billions that have been stolen today as we speak from the even social investment program and the rest of them. It's unfortunate. It's very, very unfortunate. Very unfortunate. So please, leaders, fix this country. People are suffering. You people don't understand the suffer people are going through because you people are privileged, enjoying Nigerian resources, flying everywhere. Nigerians are paying you. People that are paying you those salaries are suffering. That is the funny part of it. So I don't know what it will be like, but the issue remains that the government really need to, do something. I had the governor of Oyo State, Governor Seyi Makinde, kind of promise the citizens to give them additional 10K. I think the workers, as kind of support for cushion their transport costs and all of that. So this is the kind of initiative we're expecting the president, to do for federal workers, kind of a way to support them, cushion their transportation costs with the current situation. The government that cares about his people. That's the kind of thing we want to see. So I feel this lady's pain, what she said, I understand that pain and I feel the same thing as well. So I'm just kind of putting this out there so that people will understand when they are telling you on TV that this government have achieved this, achieved that, done this, that foreign reserve is now how many billion. They remove subsidy. They did this or this. So you the one feeling it, so you understand what we're talking about. If foreign reserve is on 1 trillion, how does it change the life of average Nigerian? That's the question we're asking. So whatever they are doing up there, they need to make it to reflect in the lives of the people. That's when the people will start appreciating that the government is working. But as far as that is not done, it doesn't matter what you say. It doesn't matter what you write on paper and figure you quote. It doesn't change anything. A government that gave 36 million to health sector, how will it impact the lives of people when they are sick and all of that? But they jet abroad to take care of themselves. They don't care about what happens. Anyway, I'm going to leave it here, but one thing I must say to you guys is this. 2027 is around the corner. January is presidential election. If you like, vote whoever you want to vote. If you feel your life today is better than it was, during Buhari's administration or during Jonathan's administration, then vote APC. That's it. But if you feel your life is worse off, today, you need to think of alternative and know who to support so that you will be hopeful that your life will change. Has renewed hope delivered you that hope? Have your hope in renewed hope achieved? That is the question to ask yourself. So if you like, they give you small portion of rice and beans and maggi and you vote them. That's your cup of tea. You wait for them, they give you 10,000 naira, you vote for them and suffer for the next 4 years. That's your cup of tea. It's your choice to decide who you vote for. It's your choice to, campaign and support whoever you want to support. It's your choice. The bottom line is that election has consequences. Whichever choice you make, be ready to face the consequences in the next 4 years. That is just the bottom line. You can't run away from the choice you make today. So it's up to you to decide what you want and which you are the best in your decision. My job is not to tell anybody who to vote for. It's to open your eyes so that you can make better informed decision. That is the point. So guys, whatever you have to say concerning this, please, my comment section is open for you to put in your comment in that box. And I will respond to you as my custom, was. So if you are new to my channel, please like and share this video and also subscribe to my channel. And put on your notification bell so that once I drop videos, you'll be getting the alert. That's the way it works. Don't wait to be scrolling the internet first. You just get the alert, punch on it, it takes you to the video, and you enjoy, what is there. So it is what it is. I'll see you in my next video as I'm signing out from here. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Do have a wonderful day.